not even on the fucking YouTube.
Love you too.
These oils, man. Let me tell you about the low.
What? He just mixed all of them. He just mixed all of the solicitations in one person.
Whoop! Wind up.
Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in the technical in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Weekend Herb.
And fresh from a lovely weekend, it's your boy Mr. Petty.
And I am your mother's favorite workout tool. Steal that one, Herb.
Thank you guys for joining us here once again on Blerds and Whiskey Live. We got a great show today. As you can see, we are all in good spirits.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody's had a good weekend, rested, relaxed, whatever you had to get out your system. Hopefully, we got out your system. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. What you gentlemen drinking today?
Tito's and sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour what?
I'm sorry. Sour mix.
Oh! That's just it? Vodka and sour mix? Like, yo, what is that?
Well, you know what this means, right?
That's a giant lemon drop, you asshole.
We need Thirsty Thursdays to make a comeback. That's what this means.
I mean, I've only been waiting for about going along about a month and a half.
I'm drinking Pepsi and Jameson. That's what I'm drinking.
I am drinking also Tito's vodka because if you watch Thirsty Thursdays, you know that they follow us on YouTube. I mean, on Twitter. I'm drinking vodka and cranberry juice with lime juice, a little bit of lime. That is a tasty beverage you got there, Mr. Rickstro.
It's not. It's tequila and Mountain Dew.
Yo, y'all suck.
Okay. All right.
Y'all suck today.
A two-part drink. A two-part drink day. That's what today is. That's what it is.
Wow. That's old school for Loco.
All right. Carolyn D. Good's ready. She's ready with her wine. Thank you for joining us. And make sure you guys like the videos on your way in. Weekend Herb, if you will. We're getting to the church announcements.
Let's go ahead and start off. Somebody had a birthday this week. Rick Stroh, my man. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Cheers.
We're continuing the celebration all month. We had a little thing yesterday. There's a little something next week. I'm going to be randomly drinking all week. So if you see some random posts from my Instagram and it's just some shenanigans, don't pay no attention to it. I'm still celebrating. And my motto for this birthday is on the shirt, fuck what they think. So I'm going to enjoy myself. So as Trey Proper would say, whoop, wind up.
Who gave this man a catchphrase? Like
TikTok, apparently. Fucking TikTok.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Just stop it. Go ahead.
Up top,
own it, Trey. Just own it.
Keep going, because I'm trying to tune him out.
And to close out, WWE is no longer PG, but is TV. Yeah.
The timing is just so great. He's getting ready for Dark Side of the Ring season 8, talking about something. You know what? We're gonna go PG. We're done with PG. We're not even associated PG no more. Cat's out the bag. We're TV 14. Let's go.
So this, like you said, this is very interesting. So the original rumor was that WWE is moving from TV PG to back to TV 14. Excuse me, because if you remember, all during the Attitude Era, it was TV 14. Apparently, they're moving back to it, but it's not going to be like they thought it was going to be this week. But they haven't really given a date as to when they're going to do it. All this means is we're just going to get more blatant curse words and probably more bleeding. As to which the funny part about that is, as soon as the story came out, Cody Rhodes tweeted out a winky emoji because Cody Rhodes
loves bleeding.
He loves to fuck himself up for you people's entertainment. That again, him wrestling with that goddamn torn pectoral. Listen, I don't know. He's not going to be able to pick his daughter up in 2 years. So, I mean,
he had a torn pec with a huge. I don't know if that was all makeup or it was just that messed up. But his whole like middle of his shoulder and his whole chest, that's the left side of his chest, was messed up.
So speaking of somebody who's had a torn pectoral before, this whole side is just completely fucked. It's just fucked now. Like even after the surgery, it doesn't feel right anymore. So yeah. Well, I know Cody Rhodes is excited about this, and also, you know who else is going to be very excited about this? For those of you who are fans of the Attitude Era, when Dwayne makes his long-awaited comeback, he's going to be able to cut his old promos that aren't creative and just full of curse words. So I'm pretty sure Dwayne is very happy about the TV-14 switch.
Monkey cock.
Stone Cold all mad because they didn't
what he would call him.
Didn't Stone Cold get
he said that?
He will say shit like that. I mean, am I wrong?
I don't remember him ever saying monkey cock. Like what?
No, he would say that stuff during like he would always compare animals and things done to animals or people who have affinity for animals in his promos. Now, monkey cock wasn't like a super thing he used a lot.
He said that. I'm just like, I've never heard.
So like, you know, like I don't like a one.
I'm just exaggerating, but I mean,
I know you're exaggerating. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not going crazy because I've literally never heard Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson say the words monkey and cock in succession on USA Network. Like what?
On YouTube right now.
Herb, you're probably merging things because I believe monkey cock is his catchphrase for the upcoming Black Adam movie. Because if we all remember from the comics, instead of screaming out Shazam when he would change, The Rock would yell out, Black Adam would always scream, monkey cock. And then the lightning would strike and then he would make the transformation. So that's just, Herb is just mixing things. You know, we're all busy, we're all adults. We work, we have families, and things start to run together. So I get where Herb's confusion is coming in at. Monkey cock!
You gave him another one. Put that on. Off-camera guy, put that on the wall.
No, we're not selling shirts with the word monkey cock. No,
I know it's on the Herb wall. We haven't gone to the wall in a long time. But go ahead.
That's it.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah, we only had two.
Yeah. All right, so
let's go into it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's get the shit.
Comments.
Well, I mean, everybody's. Dr. No, happy birthday, Ricks. Jamaica, she says, Rick's like, don't let the sphere of ice fool you. I'm a basic bitch today. Okay. All right. And
Just what it is.
Happy birthday. And Herb is just pulling words from a hat and trying to see how they fit together. Wow. Love to play Scrabble with you. All right. So let's get into the first topic of today.
You would?
Oh, literally, you know that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Playing Scrabble with her they would change the name from Scrabble to Challenge the Game. Like every time,
every time we could just bring up a challenge.
No, challenge.
You spend more time challenging Herb than actually playing the game.
This nigga just puts down the word. It just says bazap. No, nigga, that's not a thing.
That's an onomatopoeia. What the fuck are you doing?
Missy Elliott says it.
20 points, bitch.
Dear God. All right. First topic of today: loud and wrong fans, aka Twitter. We had a meeting. We talked about this. What the hell is this about? My bad.
Have you seen was it a poster or a picture? Kind of like a picture of the Wakanda Forever, basically the new movie coming out for Black Panther, right?
Yeah, the leak.
Yeah. So there's if you remember a couple of months ago, I did Riri as Ironheart as character of the week. And when Ironheart, when Riri Williams was on the cover, she kind of had like a little janky looking armor. And people were like, oh, why her, Tony Stark armor, Iron Woman, Iron whatever, gotta be all ratchet and shit, so that was Twitter getting upset at the Mach 1 version of her suit. To which I'm like, if you know anything about the comics, you know that she started off with like not hand-me-downs, but like just collected pieces of the first armor that she, with her engineering skills, put together to make a basic makeshift armor and went to battle with that. And then when she got more resources, then she started upgrading the armor, such as any other comic book inventor. No one starts off with the greatest part off the break. Tony Stark with what, a bunch of scraps and rocks from a cave made Iron Man Mach 1 suit, which is pretty much just like him in a lead suit with a flamethrower. Like that's all it was. Like he's just
Yeah. I mean, like the overreactions and the jumping to conclusions before you even get to the end of the story is what is basically what this topic is about. Like so you can go and find the Wakanda Forever promo teaser poster out there. It's been just a lot of vitriol off of that. People have this tendency to they finish the race before the starting gun has even been fired. You know what I mean? And that's where it kind of gets into trouble. And that's kind of where I feel like we need, listen, I'm not a fan of gatekeeping. I'm not a fan of being the superior minded person, but I feel like it's kind of necessary now because with the popularity of the MCU and all of these, like you have people nowadays who have never cracked the binding on a book, who have never gone through the haze of going to a comic book shop and having to ask the smelly guy behind the counter, where is this or when does it come in?
The one with the ponytail with the receding hairline and a ponytail.
Right, and he has a face full of acne, and he's in his 50s, and it's just like I don't understand how this happened. But then, so I mean, but it's frustrating because these people just come with this movie knowledge and they try and talk down to you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not somebody who I don't just go and start giving my comic book knowledge out. Like I have to gauge people first. I have to see where you're at, and then if I hear somebody just talking crazy, then I'll interject and help out. But then I've been in scenarios where I've had somebody tell me that Tony Stark has always been in love with Pepper and their love story is the greatest of all time.
Who said that shit?
What?
Like Tony's hit Gamora, She-Hulk.
It's not even about
Titania.
It's the fact that they're trying to put Tony Stark and Pepper in the same category in their mind that they got Joker and Harley Quinn. They're just shipping when they ship,
and even that is fucking deranged.
Yeah, when fans ship something, it's almost they want that to be done so hard, so they kind of ship Pepper Potts and Tony Stark in the same thing. And as Rick said, it's like he's like treated her horribly in the comics. What are you talking about? He literally proposed to her and then cheated on her in the same night.
In the words of Future, Tony Stark's is for the streets.
I don't even know if streets is even worth it for him. He's for the Rainbow Bridge, whatever the ice bridge, whatever.
Better comparison, he's the James T. Kirk of Marvel.
Ooh, there.
Green pussy. I'm on my way.
and even a new subject that's kind of near and dear to me, which you guys don't understand my struggles with. Even now, I'm seeing these people on Twitter. Do you understand? There is a Church of Wanda. They're literally starting to worship her as some type of weird icon. Like they're saying, like they believe hands down she's the most powerful character in all of Marvel. And I'm like, y'all are letting this movie is gaslighting the shit out of y'all because that's not real. She would kill Professor X in the realm of the mind. Y'all really believe that's a thing? Wow, that's kind of crazy.
So not even close to that factor, but I had an incident where I was at the bar and I overheard. So the reason why I didn't jump in is because it wasn't my conversation. But the restraint that it took for me, only the strength of FNX Fit could have held me back. But the guy behind me was having a conversation and he was talking about how like Wolverine and Sabretooth were actual brothers. And the whole thing of the thing was because of sibling rivalry, not because of a mutual hatred. It was sibling rivalry that was the cause of their friction. That should have been in X-Men 1, according to his logic when he saw Wolverine origin. And I was like, they're not. I'm gonna eat these wings.
I'm so proud of you because there's no way I would have been able to stay out of that fucking conversation. I'd probably be in jail right now listening to that conversation.
I didn't want to hear what he said about Deadpool. As soon as I heard him talking about how he himself was giving an analysis that Wolverine and Sabretooth hatred is actually stemmed from their sibling rivalry.
Was it a steakhouse? Were there knives nearby?
No, it was I don't know if you remember. It was in Silver Spring. It wasn't with the little Tex-Mex place I used to go to all the time. Austin Grill.
Motherfuckers would have been in the burrito fucking with me. Checking out the comments over on YouTube, Genocide Circus. Watch Herb try to use Joe. I don't even know how to fucking say that.
You couldn't even pronounce that yet, so fucking
Ouija board.
There you go. Is that Ouija? Oh, okay. All right, cool. It shows you how many so-called fans rely their knowledge on movies and not the actual storyline of these characters. She also says, Pepper Potts basically Tony's might as well. Facts. Genocide Circus. Tony Stark is for the streets of
Madripoor.
Is that how you say it?
Madripoor.
Okay.
Madripoor.
Cool. Genocide Circus. I love you, Pepper. You'll always be my silver. Shamika, more like bronze, maybe closer to a participant ribbon. God damn.
So, to piggyback off of one of her comments, Pepper Potts is that what was that R&B song? We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do this. Meet me at the altar.
The Jagged Edge song.
Okay, Jagged Edge. I always got Jagged Edge and 112 confused. Like
the song that basically says, "Listen, I ain't got nobody else. You ain't got nobody else. Let's just go ahead and be together."
Yeah, not just date, but like let's just get married. Like, look,
let's get married.
Meet me at the altar. I was like, oh my god.
Like, damn, she didn't get a damn bridal party, nothing.
Right, that's your proposal. Let's go. We're not getting any younger. Might as well do this. And then hands her a half-ass ring, like all metal, no diamonds. Like,
this motherfucking fudge drizzle candle that I got going on is amazing. Nigga, it smells like an ice cream shop in here. God damn.
Where'd you get the candle from?
I'm not saying that because they don't sponsor us.
Okay. Anyway.
Wind up.
You got him started. This topic.
You're done. You're done.
I'll see y'all next week. Like, fuck, I hate you. You've been doing this shit for literally 48 hours. All right. But yeah, as far as the Twitter conversation, we know what to expect from Twitter now. It's a place of anonymity where you can go to say what you want to say. You can build creepy ass cults and shrines to Wanda on there.
This is also the same app that tried to cancel Robert Downey Jr. every 3 or 4 years, but they realized that Tropic Thunder was a thing.
Because it's a new class of students graduating every year who get access to fucking Twitter.
Like, what? This happened in 2008?
What?
He did blackface? Yeah,
I don't
watch the movie, you realize that it was in character. Yeah, never mind.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That dude. That dude don't know what dude he is.
But speaking, it leads directly into topic number 2 because, so first off, we can get, has everybody seen the fucking movie?
So far, everyone on this panel has, yes.
Okay, perfect. Because now I can be pressed. Because I got it. Fucking got it. So pressed. Yes, I am. I'm pressed. This is going on my fucking coffee table. All right. So talking about none other than Thor: Love and Thunder. It's getting a lot of backlash. It's getting a lot, like people are poo-pooing this movie in wide margins.
I understand why. And I don't fault them, to be honest. Like, I really don't.
Okay.
So if this was anything other than a Thor, so here's the thing, right? And this is kind of where I wanted to go with this conversation. Thor Ragnarok, we're all in agreement. Everybody loved Thor Ragnarok, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, I think the reason why everyone loved Thor Ragnarok was because, first off, the first Thor was very unassuming. Like, it was just like, oh, it happened, but at the same time, you couldn't stop staring at his bleached ass eyebrows. And the fact that it was a bricklayer movie. You know what I mean? It was just laying the path for foundation. Mm-hmm. Right. Thor: The Dark World was atrocious.
Dark Hills.
It was not a good movie. So then you get this breath of fresh air. You have Taika Waititi come in, and the movie is funny, and it's just like, oh, it's a deviation from the way Thor really is, but you know what I mean? It's refreshing compared to what we've had, right? So now you get everybody's all geeked up because it's like, oh, Taika's gonna lead us into the rebirth of Thor, and it's just like, well, if you actually look at Ragnarok, he essentially made him a sort of he became Bro Thor, a buffoon, if you will. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he should be where he should be ascending to the regal king of Asgard and the actual Odin's son, who is a regal king or a leader of people. He's become like
Anthony Hopkins did a lot of growling. So
yeah.
So he's like, father. Nah!
Listen,
Anthony Hopkins.
I know. Everybody kind of jumped when Loki's like, father. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck is that? Stop it.
Aaron, Mr. Mustafa.
The All Father just growled at me like a pit bull. Otis
the DMX.
I wonder if that was ad-libbed. I wonder if he did this. That was legitimate reaction.
He was like, father.
Anthony, you all right? You good?
You know what, Trey? You know what, Trey? Honestly, if you follow Anthony Hopkins on Twitter, I'm pretty sure that shit was ad-libbed because he's essentially just a crazy old man. Like he just. Like he does some of the wildest shit ever. Like I think his most recent video was him like doing some type of belly dancer dance because it's the summer or something like that. Like, I was just like, you really are a crazy old man. Anyway,
girl summer.
He's like, I diverse.
Yeah. But the back, like I saw Thor: Love and Thunder. I laughed a lot. Yeah. You see it now, right? You see it. He's just a crazy old man. Like he really is.
He's living his best life. Let him live his best life. He's
I'm sorry. Now I'm following this man. I am following. All right, back to what we were talking about.
But the frustration it comes from a place of. So this is where the gatekeeping gets kind of dangerous because I believe the frustration is mostly people who want to see the actual Odin son. You want to see the king of Asgard, and that's kind of not what we're getting. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you kind of got to take it for what it is. Like, this wasn't my favorite movie. I wasn't the most. It was funny. I'll say that. It just had me laughing the whole time. But I mean, as far and honestly, I can't call this a depiction of gore because that wasn't gore. Like, and believe me, I won't say his whole name because. He does very little of that. Like we see some stuff
on screen.
He's like Gore, the off-screen god killer.
right. Gore, the god inconveniencer, is what he is. You know what I mean? Like, and if you have a chance, go on Screen Rant or go to the pitch meeting channel and see the pitch meeting for Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah. It's the greatest pitch meeting ever. There are over 100 episodes of pitch meeting, and this is by far the best one in relation to Thor: Love and Thunder, in my opinion. But I've talked enough. So
he's gonna have to kill all the gods. That seems like it's gonna be a hard task. Actually, it's gonna be super easy.
Barely an inconvenience. So I bring up. Oh no, go ahead, Herb.
Because I was gonna say, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it because, like I said, the last couple of weeks, I don't remember the first two Thor movies. I refuse to remember them. Like what's the name? Rick just said, as far as like with the eyebrows, I refuse to remember it.
That's because you couldn't see them because he has a pale skin. So when the blonde eyebrows are brown, he looks like he's a caveman in a wet t-shirt.
So everybody just think it's a movie that Hawkeye just showed up and shot an arrow at somebody out of
pretty much. All of Thor movies lead to something else. Thor has never been a standalone movie. His first movie introduced us to the Infinity Stone, the concept of the Infinity Stones, I believe, and Hawkeye. Or was it the second? No. I'm sorry. Take it back. It was mostly Hawkeye. And Hawkeye and Shield's relationship with Hawkeye that was established in the first Thor movie. The second movie, a lot of people don't realize this because the movie was so garbage that we just negated everything that was in that movie. But they mentioned convergence in that movie first. They mentioned all the Infinity Stones. Technically, the elves who created the Dark Elves who harness the power of the ether was the ones who actually kind of created 6 other stones. So they were trying to credit the elves, the Dark Elves, for creating the Infinity Stones, which negates what happened in Infinity War or Guardians of the Galaxy when they broke down what the Infinity Stones were. Actually, a celestial thing as opposed to the Dark Elves creating a thing to fight Odin. So
no, they just appeared.
Boar. I'm sorry, Boar.
Damn.
It was Boar.
They
not
appeared out of nowhere. Those dark elves don't exist because Thor 2 doesn't exist. I'm telling you right now, that shit was.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Thor just popped up in.
Yeah, they meant like no, seriously though. They had convergence of the. It was a certain convergence for them in the movie was more like when a certain time period when all the 9 realms perfectly align, and all the worlds start bleeding through.
Carolyn, shut up.
What happened?
Carolyn on Twitch says, whose phone just vibrated like a 2000 Nokia phone? If it was so first off, if it was a 2000s Nokia phone, everybody's screens would have done this.
Exactly. But who was that ringtone from that jumper cable Jason Statham movie?
From the Crank.
Yeah, that's the 2000 Nokia thing. That's how everyone's phone won't vibrate. Like, no, seriously, when's the last time you heard a ringtone from someone?
I have
not a notification. I mean, remember back in the day we used to have like MIDI versions or actual like mini songs.
I have ringtones.
You still have ringtones, my nigga?
I do.
Who's calling you? Ain't nobody calling. Everybody text nowadays, man. It's all text and messages.
Well, I'm on
Ain't
the phone now, but
quick aside, real quick. I'm sorry, Trey. I got to get this out. Can we talk about how our government invests all of this money into the military and weapons and trying to discover the next best weapon and the best form of defense? Meanwhile, it was already invented in the late 90s, early 2000s with the Nokia phone. If we just make a bunch of projectile shooters that launch those phones at people, we would always be protected because that motherfucker was indestructible.
So what you're saying is we need an AR-15, but instead of a bayonet, so a knife at it, and you have a Nokia phone. No. AB shooter's like, I'm out of bullets. Just use that brick ass phone.
No, you actually get all because it's billions of those phones somewhere in a ditch. We make cartridges that hold those phones in them and load them into the launchers. And I promise you, we would be back to being the #1 military power in the world because it would take out one phone would take out a row of soldiers.
It's just
we're definitely never
get
monetized.
I mean,
I'm just imagining some like Marine with like a bow and arrow, all green arrow, like with a Nokia at the end of his arrow tip. Just
all I'm saying
you have failed this country.
All I'm saying is if before we go off, my screen cuts off. The military has come and taken me, and now I'm their newest weapons manufacturer. So
Tom Clancy's Nokia phone.
These nuts on Twitch says #Rick is right.
So.
Genesis Circus on YouTube says the movie was better when I just thought it was an offshoot of Guardians of the Galaxy, and also Gore the Child Snatcher. Fabulosity just chimes in. I refuse to shoot Nokia bricks. Facts.
Hold up.
What the hell is the matter with you?
The name could be taken out of context.
Gore the Child Snatcher.
I mean, that's what he did.
That's what he did. But so real quick, just to steal off of Screen Rant's thunder real quick though, Gore was just like, all gods are selfish. All gods are they only worry about themselves. What you kidnapping the kids for, bro? if they selfish and they only care about themselves, stealing them kids don't mean shit.
Since when did Thor have the ability to transfer his power to other kids and random objects?
Where the fuck did that come from?
Because and theoretically that means he could cure Jane of cancer. So she doesn't need the whole Mjolnir,
so Gore was right.
which is keeping her alive and simultaneously killing her.
No, because Gore was not right, because not only did this nigga come and save the children, but he also imbued them with power. Because now little Axel Orange Eyes is now about to become the next great Asgardian warrior, getting trained by one-armed Sith. Matter of fact, where the fuck she been for the past 10 years?
She been on NBC, my nigga.
She was going back and forth, smacking Loki in the face on repeat.
Yeah, she still. Once that show ended, she said, "I need that Disney money."
Big facts. I think that.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Let me get one more in because I'm gonna tell you why I was really disappointed in that movie. And I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be unanimous across the board. You remember in the trailer, there was a scene of the lovely, the incorrigible, when the Valkyrie licked her blade. That was not in the movie.
I was thoroughly disappointed.
That was just a trailer. That's a B-roll footage.
Yeah,
he denied us this.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't mean you can't blame Taika on that. You can't blame him for that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
I will.
It was only 3 seconds.
We still got to see it.
No, we didn't.
Plenty of other movies. We saw it in the trailers.
Right. No, I want to see it in the movie.
Why? So you can brick up while you're in the theater with your family?
Sure, why not?
Hey.
What the fuck is the matter? Okay, all right, no.
I'll be no kid up.
Yo, we just came with a new term.
Wind up.
Wind up.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done. Up top, girls out.
Nope.
Yeah. So now, when you're ready to make love to your lady, you don't say I'm rocked up or I'm ready to go. You say I'm no kid up, baby. Let's get this.
You just play the ringtone. Yeah, I
was about to say, or like if she's in the bathroom getting ready, just to let her know that you're ready, you just sit there and go do 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 do.
Got a whack ass meeting call.
I mean, if she know what time it is, she know what time it is. And before it says in the comments, Genocide Circus, to find out more about this, tune in to Kinkazoid tonight at 9 p.m. All right, go into the comments on YouTube, Genocide. You can make a millionaire composed of entirely Nokias. The baby girl with the killer bunny had me roll. Yeah, the killer bunny, yo. She was fucking shit up. Thor got that ability from Miss Marvel. All right. And there's 2 hours of the movie missing from Christopher Hawkins.
Yeah, but I mean yeah, okay, there might be.
All I needed was 3 seconds of sword licking. That's it.
Go watch the trailer over again.
But if there, I'm sorry, Trey, but he said there's 2 hours of movie missing. But Taika Waititi also said that he hates director's cuts, and like because they started a whole release the director's cut of Thor: Love and Thunder. They started that thing, and he was just like, no, their director's cuts are bad for business. And if a scene is cut from a movie, well, then it's been cut for a reason. So that's why you cut out Jane's power up scene.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw the video of that on Twitter.
She
was doing the Tina Turner, like that shit.
But then also, so I mean, but then also,
you gonna waste my time with her smashing sink, whatever.
I legit just lost my whole fucking train of thought. Somebody else pick up because I lost where I was going with that.
So, but the sword licking scene, yes, we got to see. But then they just start thinking like, what does golden blood taste like? Like that's it can't be good. Like anyway,
the way those Olympians was acting, it probably tastes like grapes and sex.
Ambrosia.
So we're a week out from the premiere. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. We gave you enough fucking time. After credits. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the after credits as far as the first one where Jane, of course, if you didn't know, spoiler alert, tune out now, come back and watch it after you watch the movie.
We'll go on YouTube.
Or go on YouTube, yes. The fact that Jane Foster, who was a human, who only got to use Mjolnir a little bit, went off to Asgard. So this, for me, hold up for me, this confirms Valhalla. Sorry. This confirms a couple of things for me. A, it sets a precedent for somebody who's been imbued with the power of Thor, basically becoming a god, or if they die in battle, they go off. It kind of means Captain America's still alive. He used it. He didn't die, but he's still alive. He's somewhere as old man Cap.
He didn't die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't die.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish because I have to think. There's certain things in order for Valhalla for you to exist.
Real quick, Trey. Once you finish, I'm sorry. I got to set this up because we all clearly got something to say. Once Trey's finished, we're going to go in order. So Herb came to me. Got you.
All right. So Valhalla is a place. That means Odin can come back. It's because in MCU, the spaces are basically other realms. So you didn't really die. You got transported. You got teleported somehow. So Odin can come back. Freya, the goddess of death, Hela can come back. She burst into a puff of gold smoke too when she died. Like all these characters can come back from the Thor mythos. So it's a good thing in my opinion. We can still stretch this out and have a real Ragnarok at some point possibly.
I mean, is there a possibility that Tony Stark could be in there? Because I mean, he did wield the fucking. Sorry, Rick. He did wield the Infinity Stones.
Possibly.
He died in battle.
I'm gonna go deeper into that. Go ahead, Cam.
Oh no, the Valhalla's criteria is you have to actually die in battle with honor, as opposed to just dying or being a warrior with honor who has died. Like if you're a great warrior and you die in your sleep, you don't get a Valhalla. But if you're in the middle of a battle and you die, you go to Valhalla. So in this particular case, Jane Foster unfortunately was not in the middle of battle. Remember, there was a scene where Valkyrie thought that it was done for her. She's like, I get to die in Valhalla. Actually,
Sith.
Sith. She was like, I get to die in Valhalla. So
your arm might be.
Yeah. I don't know how that works. Maybe her arm is in Valhalla. Just wandering, just flopping around with a sword.
Like Thing from Addams Family.
Real quick, does anybody else find it fucked up that Sif lost the arm that Thor was supposed to lose?
Yo, that's anyway. Yeah.
You mean to tell me there's not one thing in either post Infinity War MCU or Valhalla or New Valhalla or anywhere else so she can get just a new arm?
Yeah, she needs to go to the Rand Corporation or go to Stark Technologies so she can get an arm. So real quick, Christopher Hawkins and her basically kind of hit on the 2 points I was going to make. I don't think it's necessarily about people being or doing the Asgardian thing or something like that. I think it has to do with cosmic energy. And I think people who have wielded, like human beings who have wielded cosmic energy, I think they end up going to a different plane of existence or a different afterlife as it be. That's why I think that Iron Man is in Valhalla, to be honest with you, because the power that courses through Mjolnir and that courses through Thor and all the different Asgardians is of an Infinity Stone. So I think that anybody who wields any type of cosmic energy will end up going to any one of those afterlife planes. You know what I mean? Like we see the ancestral plane from Black Panther. We saw the Duat in Moon Knight. We now see Valhalla, and actually it was told to us in Moon Knight that all of these different afterlives are connected throughout the different planes or the different realms. So I do believe that once you wield a certain power, that you go to a certain place. And then even when they went to the meeting of the gods or whatever, Valkyrie teased the carpenter god. You know what I mean? They showed him on scene. And so I'm thinking, all right, so maybe that's the regular human being interpretation of heaven or the afterlife, because there is a God that's a carpenter. So I think whatever you get exposed to depends on the afterlife that you go to. Whatever type of cosmic energy you wield or lack thereof, that determines what afterlife you will go to and see. But I do believe that there is a way to get everybody back from them, because, like you said, they're not going to different universes. They're just going to different realms. The afterlife is considered to be a different realm.
It's all changing energy. You can't.
We be nerding it up in this bitch.
Look, a lot of confirmations over here on YouTube. Let's start out. Let's see. Sorry, my bad. I'm reading through. Blerds and Whiskey. It's the second afterlife we've seen. Yes, Christopher. Yep, because he had cosmic energy. They confirmed it. Let's see, Aaron LaGrange. I think there's 3 after the year. We did confirm that. Duat. Sorry, Genocide Circus. Sif needs to step 1 dimension over to the ancestral plane and see if she can get the White Wolf special. Wow. Looking at Twitch. He came for the movie just for the blade licking for shame.
Yes. Don't judge me.
So what do you guys think of Taika's? Wait, did everybody go on that thought?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think about Taika's performance as a director? Like there's been a lot of backlash out there saying basically he's not good at this, he's not good at that. We don't like what he's doing with Thor. Some people are saying that in the social medias. So what do you guys think of his performance so far?
Can we go in let's go in reverse. Let's go in reverse.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I don't think Taika's a great director. I'll be honest with you. I don't. Because so there are certain things that he said to me that, all right, so everybody loves The Boys. And I've talked about this before, and everybody loves The Boys because The Boys is made by Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis has gone on record as saying, I hate superheroes. So I'm going to deconstruct them, I'm going to break them down, I'm going to make them look as bad as possible. Essentially, if you go and look at a bunch of interviews he's done, excuse me, Mountain Dew's making me belch. Taika Waititi has basically said the same things. Like when his first meeting with Chris Hemsworth, He's like, yeah, I'm bored with Thor, and I'm going to deconstruct him. And again, he's making him a lumbering oaf. And I mean, I feel like we have to accept certain characters for what they are, and in order for Thor to be who he really should be, there needs to be a certain level of regality to him. Because whether everybody wants to forget this or remember it or not, he's the fucking king. He's the king of Asgard. You know what I mean? Or if his father's around, he's a prince. He's still a prince. So there's going to be a level of pomp. There's a humble pompousness to the character of Thor if you know the base character. So I mean, like, and there's a way to make that a movie that people can relate to. You know what I mean? Like, you can keep some of the comedic aspects of it while also keeping him where he needs to be at. I mean, and as far as like, and getting back to what I was talking about to begin with, like Taika, I mean, yeah, he's done some stuff, but I don't think it's as good as everybody makes it out to be. Like, it's okay. Like when you see our flag, that means death. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, that is a great show.
What we do in the shadows. Like it's the deconstruction of everything, and it's just like, all right, I get it. Like, you're edgy and cool, fucking great. All right, like I don't know. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Mr. Petty.
Okay. I think he is a good director. Is he the greatest? Does he make anything stellar? No. And again, I feel like that whole word, like being okay or being just fine, is not bad. Now, as far as hype, you know, like every once in a while something is good, so you got a string of okay, and then you got one or two things that are like exceptionally good, so people kind of put that on a pedestal. But as far as a director, it's not like he makes bad. He's not like a horrible director. It's not like his movies are unwatchable. It's just, I don't know. So that's kind of how I feel. Like, he's in the middle of the road. He's okay. Now he doesn't exactly strike me as something that as a must see. Like, if I hear his name attached to a certain project, I'm not, ooh, I'm gonna go watch this. But that's just me.
Like Cam said, do I think he's the Russo brothers? Fuck no. I mean, come on. But like I said, I'm gonna keep reiterating this over and over. I don't fucking remember the first two Thors because they weren't shit. These last two ones were actually entertaining. I mean, it's...
Do me a favor. Take your fucking glasses off. Take your fucking glasses. Because were you fucking asleep for the last 30 seconds? Because we're talking about Taika Waititi.
I'm saying this. I know. I don't remember the first two because they weren't shit. He made those shits watchable. That's what I'm saying. Okay. The first two weren't shit. And I'm saying, as far as Taika Waititi made this palatable, it was funny.
Hey, Christopher Hawkins on YouTube. You want a job? Because you're making some good points in the comments.
But yeah, no. So I don't think that I think he's a great director. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying that at all. But I love his work. Like, everything he's done, in my opinion, has been a hit. In my opinion, I love What We Do in the Shadows, the movie as well as the TV show. I love Our Flag Means Death, and of course, I'm loving the Thor Ragnarok movies. Now, I don't look this movie didn't the Ragnarok and Love and Thunder. They don't feel like MCU movies to me. They look like they seem like MCU movies that are made inside the MCU. That's what it seems like to me. So they connect, but they don't hit home like everything else is. And that's probably because there's a heightened comedic ability that's going on inside of him and whatever else. But yeah, I enjoyed him. So I think he's doing a great job. I don't think he deserves the ridicule that he's getting from a lot of people out there who are saying, oh, I'm tired of this. Because like you said, Rick, Thor, the comic book Thor, I barely can read a Thor comic. He's boring as fuck. Yes. He like these and thous and those and my father, and Odin's dead, Odin's alive. I'm the All Father. I'm the All Thor. All this back and like right now he's fighting the Hulk in space, and the Hulk becomes Thor, and like it's a whole bunch of bullshit that's going on with them, and I can't get behind it. the most notable thing that he's done in the last decade, in my opinion, was Jane Foster. And that's because they made Thor interesting by making her Thor and making him lose his arm and have to go get his axe and figure out some other shit until they decided to kill her off. So I like what Taika Waititi is doing so far. I am thoroughly enjoying his products.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's good. Like I said, not great. I'm gonna say great. That's a bit of a stretch. So speaking of stretch, let's go ahead and roll some of our character week footage. So we go ahead and get that started. So we'll go ahead and pause for a second, do whatever, bathroom breaks, cool.
Let's go ahead and run.
Go ahead.
No, I said Christopher Hawkins. I did like Asian Black Panther. I mean, it was okay.
Doctor Strange 2? Oh, you mean WandaVision, the sequel? The second season of WandaVision?
The Search for Vision.
Yeah. Nah, let's go ahead and roll the character week footage.
Yes. I found
Character of the week. So today's character week is Kamala Harris. What? That's the president. Today's character week is Kamala Khan, better known as Miss Marvel. She first appeared in a Captain Marvel issue in 2013. She didn't get her own series until 2014. She's part of a newer generation of Marvel superheroes, younger, more diverse generation of superheroes. In fact, she's Pakistani American, probably one of the first in Marvel history or maybe in comic history. She was created by Brian Michael Bendis. I'm kidding. She was actually created by Sana Amant and Adrian Alfano. Kamala hails from the armpit of the East Coast, better known as New Jersey. Her origin goes as this: she was a young teenage girl who wanted to go out to a party. Parents said no. She snuck out anyway. Didn't go as planned, like any other teen movie. So she was on her way home and she got caught up in a Terrigenesis, which is basically some madman who was an Inhuman unleashed the Terrigenesis or Terrigen crystals on the world. Now, Terrigen crystals, if you recall when I did Black Bolt, is pretty much a process for humans to turn into Inhumans if they happen to have the traits of Inhumans in them. She did. Then her powers were awake. Often misdiagnosed. Her powers, people believe she's just stretching like a Mr. Fantastic ripoff or Plastic Man ripoff, when in actuality she's more like a polymorph. Not quite shape-shifting, but she can manipulate her body into certain elasticity, such as stretching or morphing her body into a someone else. In fact, her first run with her powers, she didn't realize the stretching was a part of it, so she morphed into Captain Marvel, or Miss Marvel at the time when she had that weird costume when she looked like Warbird. She actually was a big fan of Carol Danvers, who was Captain Marvel at the time. It used to be Miss Marvel. So when she became Captain Marvel, the Miss Marvel title was vacant. So she took it. She actually earned it. Since debuting in 2014, she's been a part of numerous teams. Avengers, New Avengers, Champions, Secret Warriors. I'm pretty sure she's going to be part of the New Warriors Initiative. Oh, did you catch the part where I said she's an Inhuman? Yeah, the MCU don't think so. But hey, representation matters, and she actually does a pretty good show. Y'all should check it out. So, shout out to you, Kamala. Shout out to you, Kamala, Miss Marvel. Back to you guys.
Like, share, subscribe.
the only person in the world that's actually proud to be from Jersey. Oh, wait a minute. Are we back? Oh, shit.
Too easy.
So let me explain my Jersey story.
Oh, dear God.
We were taking a road trip, and you had to pass by, going through New Jersey. I was asleep for most of the trip. So I wake up from the backseat from my peaceful slumber with the smell. And I woke up. I'm like, yo, what? I was like, yo, what the fuck is
That's
that smell?
Jersey.
And
That's
it's like,
Jersey.
yeah, it's New Jersey. We're in Jersey. That was the answer. What's that smell? We're in Jersey.
Jersey.
And since then, it's just been like, you know how like Seinfeld says Newman? That's why I say Jersey every time. Like, Jersey.
So the funny thing looking at Miss Marvel these past 6 weeks is the whole time I'm like, man, this is a really charming show. But it stinks though, because it's in Jersey. It smells like armpit and weird food.
That's why I call it the armpit of the East Coast.
I was gonna say maybe it doesn't because they're in a affluently Middle Eastern area.
No. That's the entire state and city of New Jersey has that.
I tried, people. I tried. I really did.
What's New Jersey gonna do? Demonetize us? We be all right. Let's know from Jersey come in my DM talking about some, yo, man, Jersey don't smell that bad. It's still not bad.
Well, Carolyn says,
she's on
she says, screw you guys. New Jersey is the shit. It's the lane of fresh
all right.
It's the lane of fresh produce and vodka.
Yeah. It smells like shit in Mama Luke's in Jersey. Cut it out.
Smell the tracksuits from over here. Anyway.
Christopher Hawkins says, let's be honest, Miss Marvel is a CW show on Disney. It is, but it's a good one. In my opinion. I think it's a good show. I think it hit a lot of good points. It's relatable because realistically speaking, I forgot. You know what? I think who's the chick who called us out at HNIC Con?
Frankie.
Frankie.
Fantastic.
Frankie said it. She was like, "There's no way, as a person of color, you're hiding your superpowers from your family members. There's no fucking way." Now that they did that in her comic, but there's no way. I'm flying out the window. You know how quickly Mama try. She don't answer.
They're always calling me for
close my goddamn window.
No, they're always calling you for something to do something in the house. So there's just no way if she calls your name and you don't answer because you're fighting an octopus monster downtown that she can.
My mother will call my phone repeatedly. It'll just say ma.
No, Trey. It just be buzzing like a Nokia phone.
Can you imagine being superpowered, not telling your family, and having to go off planet to fight some shit? Nigga, you gonna come once you get service back on your phone. First off, you're gonna have 4,000 missed calls, about 3,500 voicemails, all getting more and more threatening to the point to where now she's just calm. So I don't give a fuck if you're invulnerable, whatever type of power level you got. You know, as soon as you walk in there, your throat is going to get punched.
Fuck you,
it's going to get punched. And again, like I said, no matter how vulnerable or strong you are, you're about to cry because she's about to say the most hurtful shit you've ever heard in your life.
Stop.
I just destroyed an asteroid from like smashing into the planet. And as soon as I get home, I was late for something, or I didn't take the ham out the freezer, or the chick turkey out the freezer, and I hear, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
God damn it, Mom. Like, come on, Joe, stop. Y'all just no. I'm 37, God damn it.
Take care of the rest of the world, but you can't take care of the household.
That's only if she knows you have a superpower. Your mom could be pulling that Amber shit that whole time, talking about like, I'm all upset. You didn't tell me
Aunt May.
No,
I May knew all those years that Peter Parker was Spider-Man and ain't say shit. She was even going to marry that nigga, Dr. Octopus. She was almost married to Dr. Octopus, and she knew he was. Sorry, just Carolyn. Ain't nobody. We've been moved on from Jersey. Okay, we can't smell it down here, Maryland. We good. And we didn't say you don't smell good. We just said that Jersey stinks. You know it stinks. Spend a month away from Jersey, then go back with your nostrils open, and guaranteed you're gonna choke a couple of times. Anyway, check in the comments.
Cross the state line. Damn.
I missed these before. Christopher Hawkins says, "Girl gets it done talking about Miss Marvel." Genocide Circus says, "The Thor books are about trying to humanize a ridiculously overpowered god, and occasionally him discovering that his life is a set cycle and a set path that he has either to accept or break." What's up, Dre? Drizzy Dre Popcorn is in the comments. What's going on, howdy, comrades? And Christopher Hawkins, I couldn't hide my report card, so I knew I couldn't have superpowers. Facts. You forgot to take a chicken out the freezer, and you using your heat vision, and she can tell I see these 2 motherfucking scorch marks on my chicken, nigga. What's going on?
Exactly.
Rick knows. Oh shit. Okay. But yeah, there's no way you can hide it. But overall, back to Miss Marvel. Great job on the character of the week, homie. You did the smash up job. I like the call back to the 90s Fantastic Four movie that we want to talk about, where you stretch your hand down the corner like that. Stupidest movie I've ever seen. At least you didn't have a Thor glowing on your chest. But yeah, I enjoyed the show. Now, pretty sure we all feel the same way here on the panel. We had after credits for this. So once again, what do you guys think? I believe I know what happened. There's 1 or 2 things that happened. Yes, there's a confirmation that she's a mutant that we just had to confirm. We had to have the 90s cartoon music playing, but also the after credits where she's either transported or she's transformed. What do you guys think it is?
In order.
In order.
Okay, so obviously this confirms that she's a mutant. I don't know the full story about the Inhumans, so I'm just gonna go with what was said in the show. Do I think that she transported? This could possibly mean that she may be outer space. Because they said that she was gonna be in the new Marvels movie. The Marvels movie, right? So it's because I forgot until we seen Character of the Week, I forgot the fact that she did morph into Miss Marvel. So I'm gonna go with she transferred to a different place where Miss Marvel was, and Captain Marvel was, and Captain Marvel came to Jersey. That's what I'm gonna say.
Carolyn, stop it. Go ahead, Cam.
She's still going on New Jersey. Let me go back in the comments real quick.
No,
Wow.
she's talking about the after party. God damn it. We have to move past this.
Anyway.
Says anybody driving through Jersey. Anyway. All I'm gonna say is the ending credits to me was like a big middle finger to Perlmutter. And if you're not familiar with that name, that is the guy who's responsible for trying to make the Inhumans on the Marvel side bigger than the mutants that they've always been. Like the 90s didn't happen. Like all the John Burns and the Chris Claremonts and the Jim Lees didn't happen. So there was a time. So when MCU was its own separate entity and it had its own thing, and they had all the properties that were sold to different, like Sony, Universal, Fox, all these other different companies that own the properties of Marvel characters. So when the MCU started building their own thing, they're like, okay, cool. Hey, can we get some of these back? And some of them were like, nah, either split the profit or they made other negotiable deals. And some just flat out just refused, like Fox. So Fox was like, nah, we own mutants. So they kept making out, they just reproduce like crappier things just so they can get more, more of their product out. So Perlmutter, who is pretty much the CEO of Marvel, was like, nah, we're not making other properties get money off of our product. Even though they sell comics, they saw the bigger money from the movies. So they tried to make the Inhumans bigger than they are in the comics so that they can take over for mutants for people who are just born with natural abilities that haven't quite made it to Fox yet. So they couldn't use the word mutant. So yeah, the fact that what happened in this post-credit is big middle finger to that guy, I'm all for it. I hate the rewrites, but I'm all for it. It's the one time I'll be mad about the not following source material. Only time.
David Atkinson, we talked about that last week. All right, so the two post-credit scenes in Miss Marvel, I'm gonna talk about them out of order because the first one is more interesting to talk about. So the second one was Kamala's bangle glowing, a weird type of it looked like she got turned into some type of silly string or something. And she goes into a closet and skinny ass Brie Larson comes out in full Captain Marvel regalia. That to me was kind of a shout out to the whole Kamala Khan looking like Miss Marvel. But what actually happened was her teleporting, right? Now I'm gonna tell you why. When Captain Marvel comes out of the closet, she looked like she was in a new place. She looked like somebody who is unfamiliar with the surrounding. Not like somebody who had just been transformed into somebody else. She didn't. She was looking like, what the fuck? And she sees all these pictures of herself up on the wall and everything. It's just like, shit, where am I? So I think that's what's going to lead to that was a direct teaser to what's going to take place in the Marvels. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because she was transported there. So now Captain Marvel because I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel was somewhere in space dealing with somebody's domestic issue. Or what you got, Trey?
So, what has been the catalyst for Miss Marvel's powers in this show? Her bands. What's another magical item in Marvel that is capable of transporting somebody?
The mega bands.
The quantum bands. So canonically, well, it's either those, either the quantum bands or the mega band. The same shit. They're bands that give you powers.
Bands that make you dance.
Fair enough. But in the comics, the original Captain Marvel had a sidekick named Rick James that he had to share molecular space with. He would have to be transported over. Yeah, Rick Jones. Sorry.
I was about to say he also would jump on people's couches. Fuck your couch, nigga.
Fuck your couch, Tony Stark. This one I can buy a new one. Yo, Galaxy, nigga.
Transported to the negative zone, and he only had 3 hours before he could come back. This might be that string that I've been looking for to the MCU. I'm saying this because the person who does the most time in the negative zone are the Fantastic Four. Or they could do a cross-reference between the negative zone and the quantum zone, where we know that was probably where the Fantastic Four got lost. That can tie into Ant-Man and Wasp. This could be the first string that we get in the MCU, is what I'm saying. So
he also Doctor Strange didn't mention something about the Fantastic Four in Doctor Strange 2.
They've been missing since the 60s. Yes.
Right. So this could also lead to the negative zone, the string you're looking for. But I'm sorry, I just been envisioning Rick James going to Bruce Banner, come on, like, but if 5 fingers in her face,
fuck your damn nigga, fuck your damn.
And then he got to with the Hulk, and he turns to the Hulk, he's all like, "What? That was last week, Banner."
Come to think of it, I might be bleeding inside of my chest. Real quick, I got clap. Let me talk about mutants real quick, but also Carolyn Brie Larson is named after cheese. That's why she's so damn flat. No, but so the first post-credit scene was Bruno. So by the way, why the fuck hasn't Bruno been recruited by SHIELD or by the rest of the Avengers? Because this little motherfucker's a genius. Like he's doing a whole completely spectrum analysis of Kamala's DNA and all of this shit.
Structure.
Right. And he's like, oh, there's a mutation. And then because Kevin Feige, I know you like to fuck with me. I know that you watch stuff. I know that you put little things out there, and you keep putting that fucking X-Men stinger in shit. Right? It's just like, I'm gonna fuck with Rick.
I want that as a ringtone.
You know why they talk about? You know why Bruno ain't in what's the name?
Oh my god!
Because they don't talk about Bruno.
All right, guys. Thank you. Down to it.
Hey, Herb. That was clever, but I'm gonna give you a little insight. There's a reason why no one else said that. Just go.
If y'all want to hear my theory about mutants and Ms. Marvel, join us in the Discord.
Shit. Yes, fuck Discord.
So, while Trey is dropping the link, that feels like a good place for us to do a plug for
Beer Struggle. If you ever want to if you want to get these illustrious locks on your face, such as Thor, Love and Thunder, Zeus, you want those epic looking beards that you can say these and nays to, you go on blerdsandwhiskey.com. You go to our Beer Struggle page. You use the promo code BLERDS1. Get 15% off your beer. Any product you order from that particular time and use BLERDS1, you get 50% off, either as a total or individual. You can get things like beard combs, beard oils, beard essential beard scruff bombs, beard bombs, shampoos, conditioners, brushes, combs, picks, straight combs, anything that will get your beard looking as immaculate and godly enough that Christian Bale will come through and be like, I want to kill you because that beard is so freaking immaculate and godlike.
Gore the God Barber.
All right. Because I can't do it on Facebook, off camera guy.
We're not on Facebook no more.
So
on YouTube.
I mean, on the YouTube. You
YouTubes.
look for a white logo with two bottles like crossed over in the Discord chat. Blerds and Whiskey. We're going to be in the hangover section. Come take this shot. All right, Herb, take us out.
As always, guys, like, share, subscribe.
Like, slip, and wow.
Right there, like, share, subscribe. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it.
Drink motherfucking drink.
We out this bitch.
You're done.
Another one.
You're done.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blerds and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blerdsandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.